Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome yourselves back to the channel and welcome back to another video talking about the madness going on in today's world. And trust me, you're gonna love this one. Look, I'm just gonna say, if you needed any more of an indication that Hollywood actors are as woke as they come, this video is for you. As you've heard me mention many times now, in the UK, we had a historic court ruling. The Supreme Court declared that men identifying as women are not legally women. We all know this, right? But this sent shockwaves across the country, across the UK, and across the world. And why? Because how dare we recognize biological facts and not somebody's fantasy? We've seen the meltdown all over social media. People were in tears. Thousands protested, for example, in London, because they simply cannot believe we're talking about truth, reality, common sense. And now the next stage of the meltdown, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, is it here? A letter has been signed. A letter. Yes, a letter has been signed by over 400 industry professionals and actors standing in solidarity with some of the members of the LGBTQ plus squared cubed. Am I missing anything out? Most likely. Community. However, one of the actors who has signed this letter is Paapa Essiedu, who has been cast as Professor Snape in the new reboot of Harry Potter on HBO. And I'm just going to add, by the way, I think we can all agree the similarity between the two is just on point. I can't even tell the difference. Now, this is pretty big because, as we know, JK Rowling is supposed to be heavily involved with this new reboot, which I'm just going to add, I don't know how she allowed Professor Snape to be race swapped. But that's another video for another day. I've actually covered that whole situation. But essentially, one of the actors involved with this new Harry Potter reboot has turned on JK Rowling. Now, I'm going to be getting into all of this news, but as always, before we get into it, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into it. So as you can see, the Daily Mail have reported star of JK Rowling's new anti-woke HBO Harry Potter show turns on her in pro-trans open letter signed by A-listers who have starred in her movies. Well, aren't these people the smartest of the bunch, eh? The star of HBO's Harry Potter reboot has turned on JK Rowling in a letter standing in solidarity with members of the LGBT plus community impacted by the Supreme Court gender ruling. I mean, you just gotta say this, man. This is how the world is reacting to biological facts. Could everybody just toughen up for just a second? Paapa Essiedu, who has been cast as Severus Snape in the upcoming series, was one of several signatories of the letter addressed to film and TV industry bodies, encouraging them to support the trans community. I mean, Hollywood does anyway. I don't know why they needed to sign this letter. A letter signed by more than 400 industry professionals, including other actors from the franchise, claimed the ruling earlier this month undermines the lived reality and threatens the safety of trans, non-binary and intersex people living in the UK. And what about women's safety? Do these people not think about that? Of course not. And I can guarantee you, women signed this letter. That's insane, right? That is so backwards. Left is right, up is down, and you know how the saying goes by now. Common sense. Hard to find. Rowling, 59, who has been outspoken on gender issues, supporting the ruling, which said that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act refer to a biological woman and biological sex again. This is why all these people are crying. Essiedu is set to star as Hogwarts teacher Snape, who was previously played by the late Alan Rickman in the film series in a TV adaptation of Rowling's famous novels, which will reportedly start filming this summer. The London-born actor's appointment sparked criticism from some fans, while others defended him against what they called a racist backlash. A racist backlash. Right, but we also have Oscar-winning actor Eddie Redmayne, who led the Fantastic Beasts films, Katie Leung, did I get that right? Definitely didn't, who played Cho Chang in the Harry Potter film series, and Ghost actress Charlotte Ritchie, who appeared as a student in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, also signed the letter. Another signatory was Bridgerton actress Bessie Carter, the daughter of Dame Imelda Staunton, who played Dolores Umbridge in the popular films, and Breeder star Daisy Haggard, who voiced the Ministry of Magic Lift in the Harry Potter films. Other signatories of the film and TV letter include the Brutalist actor Joe Alwyn, Baby Girl star Harris Dixon, and The Last of Us actor Bella Ramsey. Happy Valley star James Norton, and Bridgerton's Nicola Coughlan, who previously said she was disgusted by the ruling. Get a grip. The letter said that the signatories wish to add our voices to the 2,000 plus signatories of the open letter from UK writers to the trans community published last week. these people are so tiresome. They really are. Which was signed, by the way, by Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies and Chewing Gum's Michaela Coel. No surprise why Doctor Who's gone down the road they have done with Russell T Davies taking the stance he has taken, right? But the letter called on organisations including BAFTA and the BBC to join them in condemning the Supreme Court ruling by using their public platforms to make meaningful commitments to protecting trans, non-binary and intersex members, talent and staff from discrimination within their respective organisations. Man, we have such a weak society, don't we? And I'm using PC words here. But there we have the first part of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Actors signing a letter condemning the Supreme Court ruling, and again including Paapa Essiedu, who has been cast as Professor Snape. Couldn't make it up, could you? But the Daily Mail have also reported on this story here, and it could give a little bit of insight into how J.K. Rowling feels towards Paapa Essiedu signing this letter. Exclusive: J.K. Rowling doesn't care about new Harry Potter star's defiance, as he now faces backlash from trans community for virtue signalling. Oh boy. J.K. Rowling won't care at all that the actor chosen to play Severus Snape in HBO's Harry Potter series has turned on her, as trans activists berated him for not quitting the show to spite the author. You can't make these people happy. You sign a letter standing with them. Oh, that's not good enough. Paapa Essiedu, who this summer will begin filming the show that will make him a multi-millionaire, has signed a letter standing in solidarity with members of the LGBT+ community impacted by the Supreme Court gender ruling. An insider working with knowledge of the Harry Potter series told Mail Online today that Miss Rowling will not be bothered one iota by Essiedu's decision and wouldn't dream of intervening to get him sacked. I mean, he shouldn't have been cast in the very first place, but despite being heavily involved in the project, Jo won't care at all, Mail Online source said when asked about Papa's decision to sign the letter. She knows how powerful Harry Potter is, and it's bigger than its cast. She knows she's going to come against criticism, but she is now uncancelable. Pretty true. For her, it's business as usual, which is to continue to build the Harry Potter brand while supporting women's rights, the insider added. But the critics have certainly voiced their opinion, and one says it's a potential career boost for sure. The fact he is working on a project that puts even more money in her pockets says a lot more about his values than any letter or petition he could possibly sign. Another wrote, a signature under an open letter will not undo the damage JK can inflict on the community with the millions she will make from this show. A third said, this is just plain hollow. If you truly care, call her out. Do people not have a job? You know, do they not have things to do with their lives? Apparently not. But that is today's story. Ladies and gentlemen, more woke Hollywood actors proving why they are the most intelligent individuals anybody's ever seen. Leave your thoughts down below about all these people signing a letter because of the court ruling, and also Paapa Essiedu joining those people in signing that letter. It's quite disgraceful, actually, when you think about it. First and foremost, you know, these people are signing a letter because they're worried about the safety of the trans community. What about the safety of women? And then Paapa Essiedu, you know, you have J.K. Rowling, who has pretty much given him this opportunity because this show wouldn't exist without her in the very first place. You shouldn't be getting involved with politics whatsoever. Your actors, just do your job. Nobody cares what you really have to say. And it hasn't worked out for him either, because as you heard, the trans community are now coming after him for virtue signaling. So was it worth it? Most likely not. But if you have enjoyed this one, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, share this video. But until next time, until tomorrow, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.